we're moving studios, moving HQs. We're moving over to Wakefield. We've got a new studio, but we've decided because Adam and I are constantly not in the studio. Poor George has been in this loft in Morley for 2 years by himself, freezing to death.
It looks nice. It's got like a New York loft feel to it in the middle of Wakefield. But
we actually have already moved George across. So George is actually working out of the Blewett studio. And I've designed the new studio as well. So I've designed it. Yeah, I've designed it. We're going to have to build it. So I've got I've got 2 weeks to get it built, really. Because if not, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Josh.
And welcome back to the Breaking Bad podcast, where today we are dressed in uncharacteristically colourful fashion, I would say. You're normally always in black. I'm invariably in black, but not always. Today we've got this kind of like, what do you call this? Purple?
What do you call this?
Well, I don't know if it's like, it's like heather or something. It's probably got like an actual like
maroon.
Official velvet. I don't think it's red enough to be maroon, but they say red and green should never be seen.
Here we are.
I don't know why I said that, but I was live.
It's good, mate. We've just had a good laugh there before we started recording for this week's sponsor, which you'll all look forward to.
Yeah, I walked in and I heard Josh doing the like. I get that you like lean into it, but it's like it's the whole musicality of it is like. Do you have problems with protecting your internet history? If we're
going to do it, we've got to have fun with it, and like. They're so much fun to do, like to write the little comedy, to try and do the comedy bit and have a payoff. It's worth doing it for. So look forward to that. How you been, mate?
Yeah, right, man. Apart from just bludgeoning my own head against one of the wooden beams in Breaking Beard HQ. Other than that, I'm hunky dory. I've had a very good morning this morning. Yeah, had some nice, a couple of nice fan interaction, not fan, viewer interactions. I
thought you were going somewhere else with that then.
No, like saw a couple of people at the service station as I was getting a coffee. A very delicious coffee from Costa this morning. Not this one because this has been filled up with probably that breaking bean shit that we couldn't sell to people. But yeah, I had a nice coffee this morning. Like 3 or 4 people clocked me in the services, and said
you are uncharacteristically pleasant as it stands.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Let's try and break that, Josh.
Well, give it like 30 minutes, and I'll be like ready to hang myself. But like, it'll be all right. Is that gonna get us demonetized? I'm just joking.
Right, shall we start with the YouTube comments?
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
Okay, so his first comment is from Bear.
Bap.
In the gym, lifting weights while listening to the podcast, along comes the Gen hot tub update. I break down laughing out loud, drop the weights, and half the gym looking at me like a weirdo. Keep it coming, gents. Funny stuff.
Oh no, drop the weights. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah.
Depending on what he was doing.
Jen sent me a message because she was angry that we told that story. Because apparently it was not quite as you told us the story. Apparently she invited you because you were playing a gig in the Pudsey area.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still the same thing, isn't it? I don't think...
It's still inviting a bunch of young lads around to her house.
To get in a hot tub.
Yeah, true. There's, like, you banked to rights there, Jen. Like, you can say what you want, but like the writing's on the wall there.
Next comment from good old Rich Mulholland.
The boy, the OG.
The term clickbait does not apply to this podcast. If the episode was called "If You Watch This, Your Mum's a Bellend," I'm pressing play. I've watched every episode more than once. Keep it up, fellas.
Cheers, Rich.
Every episode more than once? Surely not.
No, mate, do you remember?
Well, knowing Rich, I reckon he would have done because like he comments on everything. He's
Rich came to the live show. Do you remember? He'd done the drawing for Adam.
Yeah, which sadly, well, it still exists, but it's back at my previous residence, so hopefully it's not being torched. I don't know.
Like Lindsay will be using it as a dartboard.
Maybe I'll go back and get it at some point.
Yeah, it's because this comment is because you have passed comment about the recent titles and thumbnails for the podcast.
Yeah, because they've been baity as shit, man.
Hey,
and I've noticed you stopped putting yourself in the thumbnails.
Listen, give people what they want, and it ain't me.
Disassociation.
I think people come here like maybe just because of my main channel or whatever. But like this is your channel, right?
No.
So like when people get here, and it like most people stay because of you. I think
according to Daniel Herve 856, Beard's personality and channel is smashing it. Trying to podcast with Josh is ducking awful. He's the weak link in the lack of its success. So.
Well, having trained with you recently, you definitely are a weak link. But I don't think in the podcast, were it not for you, like there would be. No, I don't do any prep. I just turn up here. Oh, sorry,
I'm the downfall of this sinking ship, apparently. So yeah, cheers. Don't Daniel Herve 856. You big pussy. Next comment.
Last comment from Heart and Soul 9093. Adam and Josh, I can tell that you two have been working out more. You both look buff. In brackets, don't worry, I'm a female, not a male being weird. Love you guys.
We'll take it from whatever gender you want, mate. Male, female.
Why would it be weird?
If we're looking buff, we'll have it.
Well, I've just been training the same amount, so I don't really know why.
I've been training more, haven't I, this last 12 months?
Well, you've been training when we were in Germany. You trained properly for a week, which was probably beneficial to you.
A week's worth of gains.
Yeah.
When are you going on TRT? Surely that's got to be coming up soon. Thanks for the compliment, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I thought there was going to be another one, wasn't there? Another one that was like really that you said you were going to read out. I can't remember what it was, man. Somebody saying like my life is going to come to an abrupt end. Or something.
Tell us about the TRT first. Let me find this quote.
I'm at TRT.
I thought you were about that age, aren't you?
I probably should get out. Like, I think I don't know. I don't really want to. Discussing stuff like this is actually going to get you demonetized as well because they're not. It's not. TRT is legally prescribed, but if you're like taking, anabolic steroids illegally,
don't say that. Like we were talking about like legally.
Yeah, well, but you can't, like, we're not in America, man. You can't just go to a doctor and get, they're notoriously reluctant to prescribe TRT.
You get private now. There's like, I've seen a lot of adverts.
But I don't know if I'm in need of it yet. Although, probably it's probably too late not too late, but ideally you should probably be doing it. From what I've read, scientific meta-analysis and all that stuff, I think probably late 30s is ideal. So maybe we'll see. I need something to inject me though. That's why I asked you if your sister would do it. She's a nurse, right? Inject me in the butt once a week.
Right. Oh yeah, this was the comment. The big fella 7178. Who in their right mind would want to date you? What are you offering to them? Same thing you gave Mrs. Beard. You stink. You still think you're all that.
You stink.
Yeah, you do stink as well. Karma is coming like a train wreck. Give it time. Had a friend like you. He got his too. Being where you are, it's just the beginning. It does get much worse. Trust me on this.
Sounds like a villain monologue. That
it does a little, doesn't it? Like I wholeheartedly believe that it will get much worse, mate. I don't know how much worse it can get, but I think that's probably a lot of that's fair. But the whole part like about me like not giving Mrs. I mean, like she's got a house. Like she got a house out of me. And again, man, there's no acrimony. I was talking to Lindsay yesterday. Just move on, man. Like we're both fine with it. Like just move on. It's not that big of a deal.
I blame you for doing that podcast, man. The end of the era podcast. Still climbing. That thing's still going.
I blame you for calling it that. Yeah. Arsehole.
But on to more positive nudes.
Nudes?
You've been getting nudes in the old DM and on the email. There was a very persistent...
Oh, you're going to be mentioned on the podcast?
We'll just overlay it on screen now.
We can't overlay this because it's got a name. But it says, hey, Adam...
And a nude with like a vagina?
I was joking.
Hey, Adam, I can't stop thinking about you. Ever since I found out you were single, I am on fire.
I will be saying that.
I will be in the north of England in July. Do you want to meet? Thinking of you. And by the way, I am up for anything. And then later, how do I send my nudes? ? Sad emoji. She found out how to send the nudes, didn't she?
Sent it to the email address. Yeah, that's the second nude I have received in almost 10 years of doing this, which is a little depressing. From like I'd even taken from. I've not had a dick pic. I've not had like anything like that. I don't really want to. I mean, it was. I appreciate the nude. Didn't really want it though, so cheers. But
it's illegal, actually. I saw.
Yeah, I think it is.
So didn't something come out in the news yesterday where somebody has been charged for sending explicit images, like unsolicited?
Yeah.
Didn't like a bunch of dudes got they got charged for that in Amsterdam? You know, they thought it was like all part of like this that they airdropped somebody a dick pic who was in a bar next to them, and I think the lady did not take kindly to it naturally, and I think reported them, and they got arrested. I think and. You know,
heavy that.
I don't want to get nudie pictures from people, man. Like, it's not. I'm not really. I don't want to seem like I'm lacking in gratitude, but yeah, I didn't really want it, but like,
you're not going to get somebody arrested over it.
No, I mean, like, I'm not going to get this person arrested, but I'm not equally not going to be meeting up with them
in July.
I'm afraid. I'll reply to the email or anything like that. Just characteristically ignore it, pretend it didn't happen, move on. You know. But thank you.
So it's official, people. The lease has been signed. Breaking Bed. What have I
You've been doing a lot of talking
That
this
mattress
morning.
ad again.
Breaking Bad. That went well, didn't it? They're not coming back for another ad read.
They must have sold one mattress.
I don't know if they did.
Sorry, who's going to buy a mattress, man? That's one of those. That's one of those things
It's a considered purchase, that, innit? It's like to happen to be listening to our podcast the week of, you thinking, I'm going to buy a mattress.
Oh, yeah, I was actually going to buy a mattress.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
That we're moving studios, moving HQs.
They got parking there.
Sorry, we've got your parking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got your parking permit.
Yeah, I was like, I need a permit for this one. Oh, man, I like the...
For your posh guy, it should be valet park, shouldn't it? Oi, oi. Some diligent
Your
listeners.
car costs more than my car, you fool.
Incorrect.
How much was your car?
I don't know, I think about 60 plus VAT.
All right,
It's a
so
van.
there's not much difference. And mine wasn't... Anyway. Like, let's move on.
Mine's a van.
All right. Well, it's not really a van.
commercial vehicle?
It's like a tactical vehicle. It's the kind of thing that you would get like 4 dudes in the back wearing full tactical gear, like, like shooting somebody or whatnot. Anyway, like, what were we talking about?
We're moving.
Oh yeah, right.
Studios.
Yeah. It looks nice. It's got like a New York loft feel to it
Yeah.
in the middle of Wakefield. But am I supposed to not say where it is?
I don't know. So they'll come find us. To be fair, we've said we were in Morley on every episode for the last. How many episodes? We've done 110 episodes probably now.
God, that's a lot.
And we got a DM on Instagram the other day saying, "Oh my God, you're in Morley. I work in Morley." I'm like, I'm not surprised you've not seen us.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to find out. Really, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like it wouldn't take much, but
yeah, we actually have already moved George across. So George is actually working out of the Blewett studio. Blewett Studios, the Porridge Studios. How's it been there? How's your week in Porridge HQ gone?
It's been good, really productive. I feel like I've never known 2 lads burp as much.
Really?
Yeah.
that's surprising given that you've spent a lot of time around me.
I never thought that they'd be like that, especially Tom. 'Cause Tom's quite...
You realise
quiet
people
and-
don't know who these people are.
Yeah, well, no, they know Josh. Like Porridge
So
Josh.
Tom's Josh's brother.
Yeah.
He's
for those
26.
listening.
He looks like 38. Nobody's figured out why.
But at the,
Motherfucker 40.
at the same time, about 18.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he
I
just
get
looks. I think he just looks like he looks as old as me. I think. I don't know. He lost like a decade of his life.
But yeah, we're moving over to Wakefield. We've got a new studio, but we've decided because Adam and I are constantly not in the studio. Poor George has been in this loft in Morley for 2 years by himself, freezing to death. So I thought, why don't we put George in Josh's studio? So you're going to work with some real filmmakers.
He'll be doing like less work though, distractions.
I don't know if he
And then I sent you a video on the first day, like the first day of me working there, nobody was in for like 3 hours. I was like, yeah, it's nice working around people, Josh.
Is it closer to you, George, or further away?
It's actually further away,
But
it's worth it though, because it's a nice space.
yeah.
And I've designed the new studio as well. So I've
Designed it?
Yeah, I've designed it. We're going to have to build it. So I've got I've got 2 weeks to get it built, really. Because if not, I don't know what we're going to do. Because we're shooting a documentary at back end of April. So 2 weeks to get it all done, George. And there's a lot of shit to move.
I don't know how we're going to get that massive table down those stairs. That's going to be
just don't ask me.
a nightmare.
Essentially.
What?
So,
You don't want to get involved in the
I've
move?
got like a lot of stuff on lately, man.
You've got nothing on?
I've actually got some stuff on.
Oh, yeah? What?
Stuff, like just stuff, nondescript stuff that I cannot. It's top secret stuff. I can't
You
just means that you're not gonna ask me
little
if that's
beard
stuff.
on a mission.
mention. No,
Yeah.
it's just I'm just saying top secret, so you don't then ask me any follow up questions, and I've just got plausible deniability, and I could just be doing nothing, but I'm not moving this chair thing.
Why?
Just cause.
You always talk about your muscles. In other news, right? Did you see the viral WhatsApp message that got sent round of the lady who zoomed in to a funeral in the shower?
I was out like when that came up in the chat, so I didn't actually. I thought you could just regale me on the podcast live. I didn't see it, but I got what I'm getting from it is like there was a woman somehow was.
So somebody snuffed it, right? They're at church, and people can zoom in. I guess it's like post-COVID. They've put like screens up, televisions. So those that want to watch the ceremony, they can zoom in and their faces are on screen, which is a bit weird because
So odd.
like where you just see people crying. This lady obviously must not have been able to make it to the actual funeral, but she was going to the wake afterwards, so she zoomed in. She must have put the phone on like a stand in the shower, not turned the camera off. So there's a video gone round of a lady in the shower, starco, mate, shaving bits and bats, oblivious to the fact that the whole funeral can see what's going on, and everybody else that's on Zoom.
That can't be real, man. How do you do that accidentally?
Why
would you put your... I believe you, right? But like, I feel
and just
like
watch the video. Like, it is mental. It's all you can tell. It's all true.
My phone's dead. It's all right. Like, I believe you. I don't need to see it.
I was laughing so hard when this came through because, like, the poor lady. Could you imagine? So, as the story goes, I was filming with Tory Mike yesterday, and he told me that this lady apparently then went to the wake afterwards, oblivious to what had gone on. She was there for 10 minutes, and then somebody said to her, "Do you realise what's just happened?" And she's like, nah. You live streamed whilst in the shower. So she left crying.
That'd been mortifying.
How do you live that one down?
At least she was crying, though. I mean, so if anyone saw her on the way out, that she would have looked like she was just really sad about the person that died.
Very true.
I don't. How are you doing that? Come on, like who sets up who puts the phone down in a way which is specifically pointing at?
Well, if she's in the shower getting ready to go to the wake, she wants to listen to it and watch what's going on.
Like, look, man, who wants to zoom in to a funeral? You know what I mean? Like, come on, either you're going or you're not going, right? And B, if you're not going to do it like in like video mode, you definitely don't want to listen to a funeral. Well, you just hear a bunch of people crying.
I wonder if she was going on a date afterwards because she was getting her admin squared away. Do you know what I mean? Like shaving.
We spend an inordinate amount of time on this podcast talking about pubic hair, and I don't know why.
I'm just saying, like that's what was going on in the video, which is proper mental.
That's heavy, that, man. Well, if she did do that, then certainly she won't do it again in future, right? Learn the lesson there.
Heavy that la. I can imagine Mike's.
That was funny when like did somebody respond to a picture of Mike saying, "Oh my god, he does look like a Tory."
Yeah. I put a picture of the breaking beard page yesterday, Tory Mike.
Yeah, Mike is like parenthood is aging Mike at a rapid rate, isn't it? It's like a fucking. Have you ever seen that film Forever Young with Mel Gibson? Terrible movie, but he gets like frozen in like some kind of cryostasis. I can't remember why. I think probably because like the love of his life is dead or something, and he wakes up later on. But because he's been frozen, he then starts rapidly aging. That's what like I think of that movie when I look at Mike. I'm like, shit, this cat has aged like 15 years in the last 15 weeks.
it was yesterday because Charlie, we were filming with, he went to Turkey, had his hair done. So I was saying, because when James Smith were on, he was talking about the hair transplants and saying that you have to take a tablet for the rest of your life. Do you remember him saying that? You have to take like a tablet which maintains the hair growth or whatever. Oh. So I said, "Oh, Charlie," do you have to take this tablet like every day? And he's like, "No, I've never had to." And I said, "All right." I said, "Well, your hair looks good, you know, like you went to Turkey about 10 years ago." And I turned to Mike, I went, "You should go to Turkey." And he went, "What?" He was like proper shocked. He's like, "What do you mean, lad?" And I went, "Nothing."
Proper offended him.
Yeah, like, oh, I probably should have said that. But yeah, I got to spend the day. I got to spend the day with Mike yesterday.
How's he doing? How's life?
All right, yeah. Although the Tory thing made like Sarah replied to my Instagram with a laughing face, so even his wife's not honest.
Have you ever seen his picture on like his? I don't want to give it away, but like, you know, his actual. I was for whatever reason I never go on Facebook, right? But I was like, you know, it sometimes suggests people, you know.
Oh yeah.
His profile picture looks super menacing because like Sarah's in front of him, his wife, and he's behind smiling, but like he's got a hand like he's about to choke her out.
That's like a hostage.
Like he's coming from behind. Like,
no, that's just a.
No, but because of the way it crops it.
Look at that, George.
Because of the way it crops on Facebook, so you can only. Like, I thought it was Mike's hand.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to choke her.
He does have slightly effeminate hands. Like, because if you imagine like the bottom centimetre, that's missing.
Because that's the engagement photo, so she's like holding a ring up. It could be Mike's hands as well.
That's too manly to be Mike's hand.
Mike's going to be fuming when he watches this. And he's on Patreon as well. He's like, he's infiltrated us. Have you seen Mr. McGregor recently? Conor McGregor on the red carpet because his new film's come out.
Yeah, didn't I send you a link saying, "Come and get your boy"? Like your boy needs help. I've never seen. Like, I mean, I think we can all tell what kind of substances he's been ingesting before that.
I don't know what somebody looks like on cocaine, but if I was to guess, I'd say that's probably what you're going to look like on cocaine.
That is the kind of thing that could get you sued saying that, but like
allegedly, if you say that, you're clear for everything.
Who is he playing? I know he's in the remake of Roadhouse, right?
Yeah.
Who is he going to be in that? Is just like random thug number 2 or something like that?
I've not watched the first one.
Google that, George. Let's find out what his position is in this.
Because Jake Gyllenhaal is playing the character that Patrick Swayze played in the original, right?
Yes, I think he did, yeah. So I think he must play the bad guy. McGregor plays the main bad guy. The main bad guy.
For the entire duration of the film. What could go wrong? I mean, I suppose people will watch it thinking...
There were like memes coming out though, because he's basically like just a...
Knox.
Knox.
Who's Knox?
He's basically like a pissed up, scary Irishman, and everyone's like, "You're just playing yourself, mate. Like you're not even acting. You just have to be yourself, just like an outlandish
I think some people just do that. You know, like when the Mountain was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I don't think he really had to flex his acting chops much.
I'm kind of looking forward to watching that film, to be honest, because Gyllenhaal actually did a full scene at a UFC event because he plays a fighter. So like,
Didn't you also do that for Southpaw? He did do a.
But like in between fights on an actual fight card, he went in and they shot it all in the cage with like a full arena.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of excited to see how that plays out. And obviously he got a mint nick for it. Do you reckon Jake's on the old special sauce?
Don't know, I'd have to see his physique to. Even then, I'd have to just give you a best guess. But I think it would be very rare in Hollywood that, because of the turnaround time they normally need to get in shape, that they would not be using something.
Yeah.
Because it would just be daft. Especially because they've got doctors there to, monitor them and stuff like that. I believe very few of them do it naturally.
That guy from Reacher, have you seen him? He played. Have you seen Blue Mountain State? You ever watched that?
No.
The guy.
I haven't heard of that.
The guy from Reacher.
I know who he is. Yeah.
So that's
Seen it,
he's massive.
Yeah,
in his 40s, and he's come out and he's like, I don't use any steroids. I've never used steroids, but I am on TRT. And it's like, I think.
Yeah, because
you might be just.
The thing
You
about
might
that
have upped your dose a little bit there, you know?
Yeah, because the thing about that is, if you see her on TRT, like, there's no real. If you get, unless somebody sees like the results of a test, nobody knows how much.
Pump
tests
those numbers.
You're on. Yeah.
So yeah, pump those numbers.
But he's like a more accurate. Apparently, I've never read the Jack Reacher books, but Tom Cruise played him in the film, right?
Yeah.
But Jack Reacher's supposed to be like 7 feet tall, muscle bound. So I don't know how Tom Cruise, 5'2", landed the role in the first, like 2 or 3 of those.
You ever seen pictures of Tom Cruise with his his teeth are like off center?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's they feel like that's one of the things that you never unsee. Those that are listening or watching, Google a picture of Tom Cruise teeth and like.
But that wasn't that better though. That's because he was born from an era of like when you were, because he was known as like a pin-up, right, back in the day. Like women were attracted to Tom Cruise, right? But he wasn't like perfect looking. You know, he's still got some character to him. Whereas like everyone now that's in movies, they just kind of like, I feel like 90% of the people that are in films
are just perfect looking.
I just think, they're not really that great. Because Tom Cruise is actually a good actor.
Yeah.
You know, say what you like about him, but like I feel like now most people that are like leading men or women or whatever are just, they're more like, they just look good, right? Or they look perfect, and like the acting thing is sexy. Maybe I'm being unfair there, but like,
give me an example of who's fits in that category.
You kind of put me on the spot. This is gonna sound kind of like, no, I can't say it's gonna sound mean, but like, I just think there are probably loads of examples of.
Why would it sound mean? You're gonna say somebody looks perfect but is shit at acting? I
wasn't gonna say they were shit at acting. I was just gonna say they're probably chosen more for the way they look than their acting. But anyway, I don't want to. I'm not supposed to be negative anymore, right? So, but I just think that's a general rule we could agree with. No, that like these days, I mean, there are more films made as well.
Do you think?
I think when it comes to action movies, yeah, because they have to be like big and buff. But I think in like other movies, they do sometimes use some actors that are a bit more eccentric sort of looking, but
yeah, like
still
Kung Fu
attractive.
Panda. They're using Jack Black, and he looks like Kung Fu Panda.
I've not seen every act. I mean, Jesus Christ.
What?
That's animated. I'm on about.
Did you see?
That
I've not
actually
even
in
seen
it?
it. I didn't even know that was.
You know Jack Black?
I didn't know. I've not seen. I don't know what Kung Fu Panda is. I've never
Never
seen
even
it.
heard of it.
I think maybe like the name rings a bell, but in the same way that I don't know, like Cars rings a bell, and I've not seen that.
Cars, classic that.
Yeah.
What are you watching? Are you watching the films this week?
Watched a couple, yeah.
Horrors.
No, I watched a really sad one called. So good that I've forgotten the name of it.
And this is the movie review section of the podcast.
I can describe it anyway.
It's mad that you used to do a podcast about movies, innit?
Oh yeah, what happened with that?
I stopped doing it.
Is it?
Well, I wasn't the driving. A little bit like this. I wasn't the driving force. I just turned up. I was just generally like a bit miserable. I made some kind of trite observations about stuff. It was called. I don't know what it's called, but it was like Josh Brolin is in it, Miles Teller's in it. It's about the Granite Mountain hotshots who were like a municipal fight. It sounds really boring, but they were like a firefighting, like a rural firefighting team.
Oh yeah.
And they all. I'm ruining the film here, but they all died in this like terrible like wildfire.
Oh, like smoke jumpers.
Is it a new film?
No, I think maybe maybe like 2018 or something like that. Find the name of it, George.
I shall.
There can't be that many. I mean, like I can only think of one of the film made about fires, Backdraft. It's not that. But although there's Jeff Bridges in that, he's also in this one. It's got a great cast, man. Like it's Josh Brolin, Jeff Bridges, Miles Teller, who I love. I think I've got like a bit of a thing for Miles Teller. Like I watch anything with him in it, apart from those like
Only
terrible.
the Brave.
That's it. Only the Brave. Yeah. But I mean, like, it's unnecessarily long. It's like 2 hours 10 minutes or something. And they all just die at the end in a fire. Can you imagine that?
Spoiler alert. No, I can't. That'd be awful.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great film. Though. But I watched that, and I watched something called The 12th Man, which is a Danish film about which is a mad story. It's like a war story, but it's about this Danish kind of undercover team that try to like run espionage missions against the Nazis, right? And they got captured, and there were 12 of them, and one of them escaped. But then he had like the most, it's based on a true story, but he had like the most unbelievable kind of journey back to try to get to Sweden, which was neutral at the time. So he gets shot in the foot, and then he gets stowed away in this little village where he's pretending to be a skier, and then the Nazis are occupying it, and they don't know it's him, and then they find out it's him. Then he gets away from them by skiing, then he gets caught in an avalanche, and then they get him back to Sweden by like, the only way they can do it is because the border's been patrolled, so they have to drive this kind of herd of, not cows, some kind of ungulate, like 100 of these across, right? And they get one of them because he's so weak, 'cause he's not eating and all that stuff. He's on like a sledge thing, but they can't just drive. They send one over with carrying him because they'll see him, right? So they send like a big herd of them over, and then it gets turned over, and then the cow comes back, and like, apparently this is all. I've not researched it, but apparently it's all like legit. So that's mad, that, right? But that was a good one. Again, pretty long and all Danish. But although Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was in it, who I think's Welsh, and he does like a great German. He plays the bad guy. He's a German Gestapo guy or SS or whatever.
Well, have we brought this was the fourth in a row we spoke about Nazis, isn't it? Like there's pubes.
Always negatively though. Like he's not exactly the hero of the story.
We're not promoting it.
No, but anyway, yeah. I don't. Was that like we need a jingle for that? Like Adam's
A movie segment.
film corner. No, like those
What's
are two good
Adam
films.
watched?
I've totally ruined them. Films that I've ruined for you. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Both good films though.
Last week we got an Adam Morantz in. Was that last week's episode?
No, it was the one before. Last week was on my best baby. Last week.
Okay.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Let's say, for example, you travel a lot. To Germany, maybe. And you spend a lot of time in your hotel room looking at less PG sites in the evening. You think, I know. On my Google Chrome window, I'll click that little incognito fella, and I can search for whatever I want. Nobody will ever know. Not only can people find your browser history within seconds, the actual network in the hotel is not protected at all, which leaves you vulnerable to scammers, hackers, and people that might pull pictures from your webcam that you forgot to cover up. Yep, they can actually do that. Imagine those pictures of you on the internet, box of tissues in hand, pulling those faces, crying at the sad film that you saw on Netflix. What did you think I was going to say? That's why you need Surfshark VPN, the virtual private network that you can log in from all your devices with just one account. I've used Surfshark for years. I've got it on my laptop, my phone, and my Amazon Fire Stick.
Aren't those illegal?
No. It encrypts all the data on your devices so you're free to watch whatever you want on the internet without the danger of being hacked. You can also use it to switch locations and watch streaming platforms such as Netflix in other countries.
Can you do that?
You can actually do that.
That'd be like sweet because like in England, like Bob Ross videos are banned on YouTube.
I'll give you Surfshark and you can watch Bob Ross from America. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so don't hesitate to give it a try. Honestly, if you're logged into Wi-Fi in public areas such as hotels, shopping malls, cafes, and you don't use it, you are absolutely mental. I can only assume you'll be the sort of person to watch Rate My Takeaway on a regular basis.
Darling guys, how you doing?
He's going to sue us. Secure your privacy with Surfshark. Enter coupon code BREAKINGBEARD for an extra 3 months free with the link in the description.
To say I'm disappointed is an understatement. Oh, I'm going to give it a 4.
And now back to the podcast. Have you seen that Kate Middleton's gone MIA and the tabloids they've put a video out? Have you seen the video?
I've been quite busy the last few days, but like a bunch of my friends like told me that like apparently there was like some all the news stations were on alert for some royal announcement.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, all right, Prince Charles is King Charles is I want to vomit. He's going to die or something. But yeah, I figured it's something to do with. Yeah.
So apparently she got poorly and she's had an operation months ago, and then there's been like a conspiracy theory going around that she's got either died or gone missing or they've got rid of her or there's all these like things going. So there was a video released of Prince William and someone that looks like Kate Middleton, like a farm shop, filmed on a potato. So like it's sort of pixelated. But even when you zoom in on the pixelated image, it doesn't look like Kate Middleton. But they're like, oh yeah, she's right as rain. And you're like, but this came after they released that picture. Do you remember, like last week, where they'd photoshopped her onto an image of her kids? It was on Mother's Day, wasn't it? So an image came out on Mother's Day of Kate Middleton and all their children, but the face was clearly photoshopped on because it was one that was used on like when she was like the face of like Vogue or something from 2 years ago, and it was the exact face like on top. And Kensington Palace had released it as like a Happy Mother's Day, and then she put on a story. Please forgive me for my bad photoshopping, but there's like kids got like 2 fingers, like this, like but it's really badly like
AI generated kids.
So there's a conspiracy going around that she's gone. Kaput.
I mean, I really don't care, but thanks for apprising me of that information. I really just, like, whenever I see pictures, I just want to like force feed her pies. I'm like, can you just eat something, please? Like, I mean,
a force feed.
You know what I mean? Like, she looks too thin.
You think?
I don't want to sound like an old grandma, right? But I just want, I'm like, just eat some food, man.
Maybe it's because she's, how tall is she? Google that, George. Maybe it's just because she's tall. It's like an avatar.
Just like eat a pie, like a steak and kidney pie or something. Like one of those a day. She'd gain a little weight. She'd be looking a little healthier.
You blow hot and cold, you man. When we've been giving us nutritional advice, now you're telling the Princess of Wales to eat pies.
You can also be too thin, man.
She's 5'9".
I don't know if that's tall. How tall are you? 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
I think for a girl, that's relatively tall.
How tall is Prince William? Because I saw him at Falklands a few times and I thought, you're not that tall.
Your boy Prince William,
Yeah.
Is that before he lost all his hair or now?
No, he was bald then.
Oh, he was?
We were both down there in 2012 because he had to do his like...
6'3".
Down there.
He's not 6'3", mate.
That's what it says online.
I'm 6'2" and he was shorter than me.
Well,
this is some online bullshit.
It's a lie.
Is that on Wikipedia? Because on Wikipedia it says that Adam's 5'3" because of what we did about a year ago. If anybody, did you know that if you want to go on Wikipedia, you can add anything you want to it? And
is it still there?
Have a look. I don't know.
God knows what's on there now.
Oh yeah.
Be saying like my hometowns. Where do I live now? Altrincham. I don't live there.
I imagine it's been corrected, surely.
By who? Who would go on there and spend time correcting
Well,
it?
just
loads. I mean, we spoke about that one time on the podcast, and all sorts went out.
was this bit here before? Moran is a former banker. Was that there before?
They got one character wrong. That's a joke about wanking. I don't call myself a banker. I worked for a bank.
Doesn't say out about your height, I don't think.
Still got the Les Dennis thing on there. Somebody actually put it like his catchphrase is Les Dennis. Somebody actually did something that was on there for a period.
Yeah, come on,
No, it says let's get it.
Oh, man.
I told you. There'll be someone that makes sure that it's not being edited and
Nah, it'll be
being
the
made
fun
stupid.
police. It'll be somebody that's
exactly.
like those that listen to the podcast will go on, amend it so it's funny, and then like the fun police will come back.
Podcast. Moran co-hosts the Breaking Beard podcast with Josh Gudgeon.
I bet it to Wikipedia.
I'll be damned.
I am
We're in
I'm
the wiki.
famous. I'm on Wikipedia. I don't have a Wikipedia page, so I can't be that famous.
And it talks about your Christmas parody singles.
Oh yeah, the successful parody singles. Are we going again this year, lad?
Oh, God, no. I can't, man. If we do it, it's going to be like the lowest budget shit you ever seen. I told you it's just going to be like the end of Saltburn. It's just going to be me, naked or half naked, running around the house to some song. Maybe we'll do like a techno song coming this year.
It just says you live in Leeds as well.
Well, that is
That's
actually
true.
That's true. Now it's true.
I can't say it on the podcast. I went down this really posh road in Leeds yesterday, and I thought, I bet this is where you live.
It's probably not where I live.
No, North Leeds. Is it near Bramwell where we shot the...
It's not. Look, shut that. The reason
I'm
I
just
moved
going to tell
Impala
everybody now.
The reason I moved Impala was so people did not know where I live. No, it's not. It's not miles away from Bramhope.
Okay.
It's not Bramhope.
Because I drove past the place where we did the music video
Yeah.
yesterday, and I thought, I bet he lives near here, does Adam now? I don't know where he live. Even Tory Mike like, have you been to his new gaff lah? And I'm like,
No,
nope. No one goes to his
Only
gaff.
one person's been to that house.
Jen,
Yeah.
to clean it.
She did assist me. And just show me how to use the washing machine. And to use it as like a just
38-year-old man.
No, I know how to use washing machines. This one was the cat that lived there was Colombian. Everything's in Spanish. Like even Netflix was in Spanish. Anyway,
I thought you meant there was a Colombian cat there.
No, I mean the guy that lived there was.
What's he using his Netflix?
You know what freaked me out the other day? Because the guy's Colombian, right? That owns it, right? I saw the most exotic looking spider in the gym, right? And I'm thinking, that could have come in like in his box of bananas or something, you know what I mean? Or like he's brought some kiwis over or something, I don't know. Like that spider could have been in, like arachnophobia.
Yeah.
So I just smacked it with that. I took my shoe off and it was dangling. I just went like 15 love, it was like perfect connection.
Best thing to do if it don't belong in this habitat.
I've never seen shit like that in England
What
before.
colour was it?
It was like a yellowy, kind of like a yellowy colour.
Oh man.
They're normally like they're black or brown, aren't they, over here? Like just kind of an earthy colour. But this had like yellow bits on it. And I'm thinking that is not of this
Google
earth.
that, George. Let's see if there's any spider with yellow bits on it in the UK, in North Leeds, near Bramhope.
It's not well. Yeah, I'm happy to say it's North Leeds. Yeah, it's totally North Leeds.
Did you say it was like fully yellow?
It wasn't fully yellow. It had kind of
It was
yellow
all
flecks on
yellow.
it, I would say. Kind of yellow bits.
Watch, we find out it's like the Yorkshire Black Widow, super venomous.
I don't think there's any venomous spiders in England, like naturally.
Do you know there's bears in Germany?
Wasp spider?
Yeah.
Did it sort of look waspy?
Like
Like yellow and black sort of stripes this has got.
Yeah, I suppose it could be.
The wasp.
I thought you were saying like waspy, like white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. I didn't ask it for its like religious allegiance or anything.
Yeah, they belong in the UK.
All right, okay, cool. Well, I mean, maybe I overreacted. It's dead now, though. I'll get in the middle of my interrupts my workout, man. Can't be having that.
So, Josh, you've finished your tattoo officially, have you not?
Officially, I have, yeah. I had a very painful Tuesday.
Is that why it's covered up?
Yeah.
The big reveal can't happen yet.
It's not really a big reveal, who cares? But it's more like the fact that I've got that. There's like a second skin thing. So like the day after, you put like basically like cling film.
Yeah.
So you put that on for a week afterwards. So I've got that like around my forearm, around my elbow, and like in my armpit. So very painful. My wrist was swollen. I've only been able to put my watch back on today. Horrendous day all round. I'm glad that's over. For the pain and for the cost.
Yeah,
Was it an all day yesterday?
How much was it?
He charges £800 a day.
I mean, that is expensive, but I feel like given the quality of the artwork I've seen.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. But it's took. I bet there's 11 days there. So
Jesus Christ.
12 days.
I'd rather
It's
just
10
be
grand.
like ink to get ink put in it. Like I'd just rather be ink free, man.
I didn't think it'd take that long, but once you started, you can't stop, can you? So I'm like,
Are we going to see like neck tats next, or like,
No, I don't-
like a little tier, single tier?
Oh, yeah,
a
like-
gang thing.
yeah, from where I killed somebody.
Yeah, he's like three tiers means he killed 3 people or something.
Does it?
I don't know. Like I'm not really that.
3?
I don't know. I'm not embedded in like.
I think you
gang
get like a
culture.
tier for every person you've killed.
I thought it was that.
Yeah.
It's like
But no, I think I'm probably done with tattoos for a little bit because
Yeah.
it's very, very painful. Annoyingly painful.
You getting any tattoos, Adam?
do I have any?
Are you going to get any?
No. Are you joking? Like what? For what reason? Like I feel like if you're gonna get something for me, like I almost feel like at the risk of criticizing you, it's more original to not have them now than it is to have them. And I think if I were to do it, it would have to be something like in some way meaningful. Like I think yours looks cool, man. It like suits you and everything, but I wouldn't just get like a bunch of
Random
like
stuff.
he's got like I get it like the nautical stuff because he was in the Navy, right? What am I gonna get like? A Five Guys burger on my arm. Like how lame would that look? Like man.
Like a gold play button.
Yeah. No, I just no. There's no reason for me to get a tattoo. I'm not a
Mrs.
tattoo
Beard. And then you cross it out. Like a timeline of your YouTube journey.
It's funny that, mate. Yeah.
Garlic bread.
You're gonna be laughing the other side of your face when I go buy that house that you're trying to buy.
How's the house move going? Have you found any? Cause obviously,
People will be like, "What?
No, right,
Didn't
say-
you already get a new house? I'm renting a house."
Just to recap, he's renting a house, then he threatened to squat there. They gave him 50% of his rent back, but he's now got to get out in July. So within the next couple of weeks, we're going to be hearing the exact same stories we heard back end of last year.
I'm trying, man.
Have you found anywhere, though? That's
No,
my point.
no. I'm trying. I'm looking all over, man. I was looking at one in Bury the other day.
Bury?
For Christ's sake, yeah.
Really?
Because you were talking about like north, like sort of Skipton area, weren't you? It took me 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to get to Skipton.
I don't
yesterday.
want to live there, but I saw one that was really nice. It's been bought now. But
I was driving there going, like, I need to tell Adam again, don't go to Skipton. It's 30 miles away, but it took 2 hours.
Yeah, it's
I
'cause
can't,
it's
like...
They need some kind of, like a relief road there, don't they? Like a motorway or something.
Something.
But
An
no, I'm
airport.
generally looking around like the rural area, that kind of thing which sits between Leeds and Manchester, right in the middle there. You like Huddersfield, Halifax,
Yeah.
but not the centre of those places, although they are lovely. More of the rural kind of nobody around places, if that makes sense. But it's hard to find because I don't want a big house. It's just me.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm looking for somewhere which is kind of open plan, but with like 2 bedrooms or something.
2 bedrooms,
They don't-
2-car garage.
No, just a
Gym.
well, somewhere that I can change into, like turn into a gym. Yeah, obviously not myself. Pay somebody to like take it out or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I've got to do something.
You've inspired me. I'm going to put a home gym at my house when I eventually move in.
Sweet, cool story, man. Have we got anything else on the agenda?
How long are we going for?
38 minutes.
This is a 4 out of 10. This man.
You wanted to talk about what you're doing this afternoon, didn't you?
Nah, it's not really. I mean, I can.
Yeah, you're driving to London, aren't you?
We are going to London.
Not we in the sense that like I'm not going with you, but like
Me and Joshy Joshy Porridge Blewett,
Yeah.
Porridge Tops. We're going to Shoreditch.
oof,
Is that where Kate lives? I'm going to DM her and be like, Kate,
I've got her address or something. I don't know. That's where all the cool cats live, probably.
do you know any good food spots down there? Because I'm going to DM her and be
It's
like,
London, mate. I
where do
don't
we
know.
eat?
I don't know. Like I hate London. The only thing I remember from London really is that pancake place we ate at, which is all right.
Is that in Shoreditch?
No, that's like London, isn't it? I don't know what part of London. It's too big. What are you going there for? Anything interesting?
A very exciting corporate gig.
Yeah.
It's as corporate as they come. I don't know. It's some company that's doing like some company event, and we're filming it. So like
Filming what, like a
speech.
filming a speech.
Like the ones we used to go to.
Yeah,
The
but it's
North
at an
Edge
Everyman. So like we did a live show at the Everyman. So I'm like, we've done this before. Played this game.
I played the game.
So you so you're just filming somebody giving a speech
Pretty much.
in its entirety, or
I think there's two speeches.
chopped
There's a
up,
speech in
or-
the morning, a speech in the afternoon. It's the same speech. So in the morning we'll film the speech, and in the afternoon we'll get B-roll of people watching the speech.
fixed cam, or you holding the camera for the whole?
Two, we're gonna have a fixed cam. Josh can go on fixed camera. Or I might do fixed camera. It's
Yeah,
easier.
because he's lazy.
And then Josh can shoot
Josh will be
B-roll.
like this, like spine from holding that FX whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, and then make a video, send it to him. I'm probably only going to be used for internal. I don't know. Like it's just
Sounds ace, man.
one of them jobs that we've got to do to pay the bills, you know.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Speaking of paying the bills, when where are we off next? Because you've set a date. You've obviously been over 2 weeks and gone. We need to go abroad.
It's been like 1 week. It feels like 2.
Is it only been 1 week?
It's been 1 and a bit weeks,
Oh my
man.
god.
Only one more video from Germany that I've left to edit.
Ooh.
Where are we
Yeah.
going next then?
I was thinking like Austria or Belgium. One of those two.
Which one are you leaning towards at the minute?
Well, I feel like Austria might be easier if like Phil can help us out because they speak German there. But I don't really know like what's available. I have to kind of look. I've really just been not doing. I know I said as recently as about 4 minutes ago I've been really busy, but I've not really been doing that much work related since I. Although I did film last week.
Did you?
Yeah, I filmed this actually very delicious like Mexican thing, which was pretty cool.
Painting a real picture for us there. What sort of Mexican food was it?
Mexican food. It was like just I don't know, like kind of a platter of like Tex-Mex stuff. There was like a burrito on there, and there was like some tacos, little mini burgers, some nachos.
Easy or hard?
It was pretty easy.
Yeah, compared to the Germany.
Yeah, it was not. It was a nice phone-in job, really.
yeah.
But what made it? It's good that it was. But man, it's hard for me to film now because like I you know when I'm watching it back, I'm like, oh man, the white balance is just totally off there, man. Like I got that wrong, and I can't really fix it that well in post. And you know, like when it's static angles, I know people like that, but when you've seen the stuff that like is shot with the crew, it's hard for me to think this is better.
We were talking about this, and it like when's the Germany series going to go out? Like May? Because we're not going to know what the feedback is until then, are we? Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if but like, it's not really a question like if what the feedback is. Like, I think I'm still going to do it if people don't. Some people don't like it because it's your job, man. If you make videos on YouTube, and especially you've got 3.8 million subscribers or whatever, I'd say that's serious, man. It's incumbent upon me to keep trying, even if people don't like it. Keep trying to do things that are different. I'm just going to take cameras with me and be like, I'm eating something different today. Enjoy it, you know.
Respect it.
I will say, you know how you tease Mike for overexposing footage?
Yeah.
In the Bratwurst challenge, when you finish, I won't give too much away, but sort of you get on the camera and then the exposure changes.
Shit, that ain't my camera, man. Like, he just said, like, start shooting.
I know, but during your challenge, it was perfectly set.
We will be there
And then
40 minutes to set it up, you tit.
You grabbed hold of it, and then it was horrendously overexposed.
Look how offended he is. Look how offended he is.
Look, man, you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing about, like, I was watching the episode 2 the other day, and there's loads of, like, ISO shifts, and I'm like, this looks dog. And I'm like,
Stop swearing.
I never get that. Like, when I'm shooting on the Canon EOS R6, crispy as shit, man.
I saw
Everything
shifts
looks
where.
perfect.
I'm interested in
Oh, like all over, man. Like, naturally when I'm in the car, kind of.
right.
But there's loads like wait, zooming on that the fella sipping his tea or whatever. Like, I'm like, if that's me, where like, I'm cropping that part out. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you wouldn't use it?
nah, I'd use that shot, but like, there's about 3 seconds. Just crop it out so you don't see the shift in ISO.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it looks a bit more professional. But
Your fault.
That's a very good video though.
It sounds like we're getting us P45, to be honest, mate.
No.
Sounds like a massive
If you're gonna start teasing me about like the way the footage is exposed, you're talking around cat, man. Mine's all in the 100 to 0, man. I've seen you'll export stuff, and I'm like, why is it 120 on my LumaScope?
I can't blame you for that because it's not your camera, it's not your equipment.
No, look what you've done.
You know,
I'm just saying.
I'm not even gonna blame Josh. I'm blaming Sony because it's a shit camera.
Broken
I'm
beard.
just saying because Mike would probably love to hear that if he listens to this episode. He'll probably love that.
I don't think Mike
That was, but Mike was using his camera on a professional shoot he was being paid for. Still overexposed it. Love you, Mike.
Should we do a big... Is that the game now? Is that what used to be Breaking Beard?
Yeah.
I remember chatting back and forth with Danny Mitchell this morning. And I sent him a voice note because we were on about what the forfeit is. And I'm like, yeah, we're doing Breaking Beard. I'm like, no, it's not Breaking Beard. And he's like, I'm there like trying to figure out what it's called. I'm like, we've called it something else now. I don't know what it is. He just messaged back, big fact hunt, lol. And I'm like, well, at least
He put that back.
Yeah.
So even he knows.
Danny's in
Listen, it's
great
a
control,
confusing
isn't
time
it?
for me, do you know what I mean?
Right, let's go. Okay, who wants the first question this week?
I'll take it this week because Josh took it first last week.
I feel like I need to keep clarifying each week what this is. Do you know what I mean? For new listeners.
Do it.
So this is, I ask a question each to Adam and Josh each week. And if they get them wrong, there's a chart and they go further down the chart towards a forfeit. The forfeit being rolling on the mats with a former UFC fighter, Danny Mitchell, to see how many times he can choke him out.
Getting smashed the shit up by Danny.
He's in an operation today getting his knee fixed. So that means that by the time that we do this, he's going to be like completely fighting fit again.
Danny could fight me with one arm. Yeah, he literally have no legs and a missing arm, and he would still kill me.
Who's winning and how far away from end?
I don't know. You're not close enough to the end yet. I don't know the chart.
You're winning. I'm not far off. I'm not like right there, but I think I might only be like 2 or 3 spots away.
Yeah. So Adam.
Yes.
In which year did the Chernobyl nuclear disaster occur?
Don't buy Ukrainian boxer shorts. Chernobyl fall off. Oh no, Chernobyl fall out. That's it. I got it wrong.
Man, I was. It's either. Oh man. 1986.
Final answer.
Yeah, but it's gonna be 85 or 87. But 86, yeah. Come on. Yes!
1986.
Speak the audio then.
Oh, good effort, lad.
I've not even seen a TV
Spoil
show.
sport.
Wow.
Did you see a TV show?
When were you born?
95.
Right.
Yeah.
What does a camel store in its hump, Josh?
Off. This is bullshit now.
Whoa.
He's just contriving it so like, that's ridiculously hard to get right. You get what does a camel store in its hump?
That's
You learn that when you're like 2 years old.
All right. I think it's a trick question though, because like, and I would have got this. I think I would have got this wrong. Everyone thinks that camels store water in the hump, don't they?
For now, you know.
But I saw this guy on Instagram the other day out in like, I don't know, Dubai or something, and he was cooking a camel's hump. And do you know what's in it? Fat. It's just a big lump of fat. I thought a camel's hump was water, because that's what. What's his face?
Is that your final answer,
Yeah,
Josh?
yeah, fat.
It is fat.
Why are you so angry? Look at his face.
Well,
Are you on-
might as well
are
ask
you
you,
on-
it didn't take
what
half an
happens if you
hour.
mix yellow and black or
It
something
didn't
like
take
that?
half an hour. It took 47 minutes for him to get into this state. But we got there.
I would have, if it
We
wasn't
broke
for a
it.
week ago, I'd have got that wrong.
Oh.
So I don't think it's as well known as you
I think,
think.
yeah, I think I asked Josh easy questions just to test that he's not a complete,
Idiot.
for want of.
All right.
Can you believe it's fat?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why is it? Yeah, 'cause everyone thinks it's water.
No, because so I make my body stores water, right? Like for example, my bicep that muscle stores water, but it is not water, is it? Anyway, can we moving on? We've got one of those
That
debates.
reminded me. I saw a video the other day. There's like an Instagram page where it's called like gym videos of people getting like quite hurt, and they're like it's like seriously bad. And this guy's like bench pressing this thing, and it's like way too heavy. He's a massive dude. He looks like Eddie Hall. And then all of a sudden, his sort of muscles there in his, I say there,
Pec.
pec, yeah,
Pectoral,
They
yeah.
all just shift over.
It's just
like,
a complete
whoa.
tear.
Yeah. He looked horrendous.
Yeah, I can't watch videos like
I
that.
used to be able to watch videos like that. I can't watch them anymore.
I mean, I can, but I think it's like bad karma or something like because I train. Like I could watch them if I didn't train.
Yeah.
And there was this one where this woman had like squatted with it on her shoulders and then put it back up, and she was taking the weights off, but she took them all off on one side. So it came down, and the end of the pole just whacked this other guy on the back of the head and knocked him out.
I've seen somebody do that in real life in a gym, and the guy looks so confused. I'm thinking, like, do you not understand basic physics? Like, how do you think? Like, he had I think he was squatting. He had maybe he did 180 or something. So that's pretty heavy weight, right?
Yeah.
But he took them all the plates off one side, and he just went.
I can see though, if you're not paying attention, you're like listening to music or a podcast or something like that, you can just not focus on what you're doing.
I was doing strict shoulder press on Monday, and I missed the rack because I was doing it with somebody else who was shorter than me, with Elliot, who was shorter than me, and I went to I had to squat down to re-rack it, and I missed it on one side. And just fucking.
You drop it, or you recover and put it back on.
I dropped it.
You need to always be focused in the gym, man. That's what you get from training all alone. Though. A lot of time I was training by myself, so you never take your eye off the ball. You never know what's going to happen.
The worst things are the videos where they're like bench pressing and they've got someone like spotting them that are like so much smaller than them. Like if you can't get that up, they're not going to be able to help you.
Yeah.
I spotted you. Do you remember, like in Germany?
I spotted you. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Case in point.
I didn't need the spot. you need the spot just to clarify. But I was cool. Mine went up like butter. Dish dish. Why are you only doing one rep, Adam? Oh, because I know how to train, Josh. But you keep doing CrossFit. Anyway, is that it? Any masturbates this week or what?
Should we wrap this up with a fest pit? Or two
Why not?
fest
I
pits?
put an Instagram reel on the notes, but I can't remember what it is.
There's no masturbate this week.
Instagram reel.
Goodness
There's no
me.
masturbate.
No, I thought Mike put. Oh, did Mike put one in the chat? It was
I'm
terrible.
not saying that.
No, it was a bad. We don't have to cover it, but I remember
No.
it being like a terrible one. Mike does have some good ideas sometimes, though.
Yeah, not that time.
Just
though.
never about like fiscal policy and who to vote for. What were you saying?
I don't know if this is relevant, but I saw this guy who it came on my Instagram, but it was on the news, and he basically found out it was cheaper to go live in Turkey, all inclusive, than to pay his rent, so he moved over there.
He recently went viral when he realised it would be cheaper for him to live at an all-inclusive resort in Turkey for a month than just
This is
paying
like
his
proper.
rent.
We've run out of stuff to put on news. This is the guy that we found.
Gym available for when you've had one too many sweet treats and you need to work them off.
There's also a
So
gym
right now
available.
I'm in Antalya, Turkey, right by the pool, in the 20 degrees heat, and I'm out here for 28 nights because it was cheaper to live here than in my apartment in Manchester.
So how did this come
So,
about?
long story short, I thought when you get evicted from,
Maybe I'll just do that. Yeah.
just move to Antalya.
No, not to
hotel.
Turkey. I'll just go live in like somewhere where I could film, where I could work just relentlessly, intensely for like 3 months, get like a year in advance on videos, and then just
Move out
chill.
to Vegas.
No, I wouldn't go to Vegas. The water, you know,
What do you mean the water?
you can't drink tap water.
I thought you said the war.
The water. I'm just getting lazy, and the water.
Water.
The water.
Water.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I did like Vegas, but I'm not gonna move there.
Roger that. Let's do the fest pits then.
Okay. I've given up on dating entirely. It's way too hard.
Feel ya, brother. Feel ya.
I'm sick of this shit. I've used dating apps for years and I've barely gotten any matches. I've been rejected when I was younger for being fat and ugly. I've just given up. Dating is way too complicated with way too many rules and unspoken rules. It isn't simple and I'm at my wit's end.
That dude's gonna perpetrate a school shooting. No, not two ways
Am I
about
in
it.
deja vu? We've had this one like last week or week before.
Did we?
We're on about like incels, weren't we? About 2 weeks ago.
Maybe.
Not this exact one anyway.
Ah, poor guy. I mean, I don't know. Is it that bad to be alone?
Speak to Sister Beard.
Yeah, she'll give me a try.
Somebody DM'd us on Instagram, you know, when we put up, sometimes we spoke about that she takes the guys to play pool and then beats them. Somebody replied saying, I beat her like 4-2 or something. Yeah.
She's pretty good at pool, though.
Yeah, I bet.
She's not bad. That's years of just, being an alcoholic and being in pubs a lot. And, my dad foisted like his love of sports and not that pool's a sport, but you know, stuff like that upon her. She's not bad like with athletic stuff. You wouldn't think it to look at her, but I guess. But, no, I mean, like she doesn't look like she's like it's a sporty type, does she? You know, but she's not bad with some stuff.
I guess not.
Not bad at tennis and stuff like that. Pretty good at table tennis.
Table tennis. Pretty good at darts, you know.
She's probably better than me at darts. I'm terrible at darts. I hate darts. It's like I think it's just the worst.
See that guy? What's he called? Luke Littler.
Yeah.
Who went about 16-year-old motherfucker 40, but he won like the darts world championship or something.
He's got the same condition as Tom Blewett, I think. Like he's 10 years older than he actually is.
Yeah. So read the next one.
Yeah.
I sleep with stuffed animals on my bed still. This isn't really a deep, dark reveal, and the title kind of says it all. I owned several stuffed animals when I was younger that I grew quite attached to and would always keep them on my bed when I wasn't using them. As I've gotten older, I don't use them for anything anymore, but they're still a source of comfort and familiarity for me, and I just don't see any reason to get rid of them. I don't share my bed with anyone, so there's nobody else to have a problem with them. I realise at some point in your adult life, you have to let go of childhood things, but when it comes to the stuffed animals, I'm just not at that point yet.
Is that is that a man, woman, or?
I think it's a woman.
I don't think that was weird. Like if I went to how old did she say how old she is?
No.
Prince Andrew had a bunch of toys on his bed, didn't he? That like in the documentary, you know, about him being a nonce, allegedly.
I don't know, but like I wouldn't think that was that weird. I mean, I think it would be. I feel like at the risk of seeming sexist, it would be weirder if it were a man. So like the opposite of the type of sexism you would. I think a man would perpetrate. Yeah. Anyway, what I'm saying is like if you went to my house and you saw a bunch of like teddies there, you probably think that's a little weird. But like if I went to like a 30-year-old woman's house with teddies
with
on
a hole in it,
with a travel snatch in the middle inside. Yeah, I don't think that's that weird. I mean, like if you're like going to be judgy about it, especially if you live by someone who gives a shit. But like if somebody did see it, is it that big of a deal?
I think it's like in my house, all that's on our bed is just too many cushions. Is that like a modern thing now? Decorative pillows that fill the whole bed.
Yeah, I think
it takes about 2 weeks to make the bed.
Yeah.
Proper annoying. You get that at hotels a lot, and it just like winds me up.
I think my missus watched too much of that, like Stacey Solomon, like Clean Your Act Up or Clean Your House Up, you know, or basically any Netflix show now, which is like, I don't know how they commission these, but organising houses, using like little glass jars and putting tags on them, like that's basically what my house is in
I feel like house decor now has just become so like, you just put things up and none of it serves a purpose. It's like you put a book down and like a plant on top of it, and it's like, have you read the book? No. Do you even know what it is? No. It's just decorative.
That's a bit of a danger.
Yeah, we went to when we shot that Ozempic ad thing, you know, down in London, and
you scumbag.
Apparently, this house had been used like by Gordon Ramsay and all sorts of stuff, but there were that much tat everywhere. Honestly, they had a coffee table probably as big as this, and it had that many books on it, like. It's just levels of books and like plants and stuff, but like dust, a layer of dust. These books have not moved in weeks, and I'm like, come on, let's have a less. And it cost a fortune to rent the house as well.
Well, the Amron, the guitarist that played on the Cheesecake video,
yeah,
his parents are quite wealthy.
Give it away, yeah.
And they've got like in this office space, like all the shelves are just stacked with just random stuff. It's not tat, like it's expensive stuff.
Expensive tat,
yeah.
Ornaments.
So give us an example.
Ornaments. So like, for example, there's like a Chanel like stone teddy bear thing.
Chanel stone, like the people that make perfume?
Yeah.
They also make
bags.
They make stone teddy bears.
Yeah, they're just decorative. It basically just says, I have money.
I hope Amron and his family don't listen to this podcast.
No, they're the nicest people ever. Like, they are proper humble. They don't come from money. They've made the money themselves.
so humble that they spend money on a stone Chanel teddy bear.
Well, his mum's an interior designer,
that
so
reeks of humility, yeah. Not that I'm having a go. I mean, I would pay him. I don't give a shit.
Champagne socialist over here. I was like, you guy. Put your comments below what you think, what car Adam's just bought. And those that saw him at services, you've got a head start from this morning.
Nobody that parked far away.
Oh, yeah? We're going to put in some high-octane fuel in that bad boy. Anyway, Beard's officially broken. We're going to move over to Patreon to really annoy him.
He's not broke. He's broken.
Very true. What you had an idea for Patreon, which I think is going to really piss him off, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
This will be your masturbate.
All right, is that what we're saying? Peace out? I'm so sorry. Peace.